So first of all, hi guys. My name is Dan. I'm one of the game designers. The idea behind the game was to mix miniature gaming with large games. So you get to choose any of the 8 leaders that we have in the game. And after you choose your leader, you can build your own deck with all the cards you have in that faction. And you will face your opponents using your custom decks. So the idea here is that every unit in the game is represented by miniatures. And you can play the game with standees. So every box in the game comes with all the standees you need to play. And every box in the game comes with a code, so you can claim your miniatures. So if you want to 3D print them, you can. So you get, this is the result. You can paint this, of course. And for this quick demo here, you have to reach 20 mastery to win a game. So you're stuck with 0 mastery. You can just set it up on the dial. And I'm going to explain the objectives and the types of cards. So, like I said, there's a lot of deck building elements in the game. So you have your units, you will be drawing resources. So unlike most war games where you start with everything on the board, you will be playing your resources as you go. So you draw cards, play your units, and the same thing goes for spells and items. So we have items that you can attach to units. These are pretty self-explanatory. I attach an item by paying the cost, and then the unit gets some benefits. I have 2 types of spells as well, and I have the units. I'm going to start explaining the units because they are the most complex ones. But if you are familiar with RPGs and stuff like that, you're going to do fine. So from top to bottom here, we have the stats on the units. You use the D20. So let's say this guy wants to make an attack. I have to be nearby my enemy. So let's say that these 2 are fighting. Nearby is within 1 inch in our game. So these guys are close enough so they can attack one another. So I roll for it. I add the value on the accuracy here. So I check that against the defense of my target. If I meet or exceed, it's a hit. In our game, you are always dealing some damage. So this stat on the bottom here is the damage stat that you deal on a hit or on a graze. So if I miss my attack, I'm going to do 2 damage. But if I hit, I'm dealing 4 damage instead. So you are always progressing the game, okay? Finally, I have a range. Most units have a range of 0, which is the bow and arrow here. If you do have a range, like mages or archers, you can attack that distance in inches. So basically all you need to do is check if you have this like from the center of your unit to any point of the target's base. If I can see your guy, I can attack it. Okay? You have the movement of the units. So the boots here are the movement. All I need to do is I place the ruler on the edge and bring that point of the base to wherever I want to go. I can bend this ruler in any way that I want to get to where I want to go. So let's say that this guy moves 6. I can do like this, for instance. So you can bend the ruler, and you can repeat actions in our game. So whenever you play a turn with your units, you gain 2 action points. So you can do 2 actions. You can attack, you can move. There are some other actions and abilities that cost action points, but for now, let's just focus on these 2. So this is the basics of a unit. Of course, there's the health on the bottom here. If it reaches 0 or below, the unit is defeated. And when a unit is defeated, you score points equal to the cost of the unit. So on the top left of every card in the game, you will see the cost of the card. That's how much echo you need to pay to bring this unit or item or spell into the game. Okay? So whenever you defeat a unit, you will gain mastery equal to its cost. For the demo, we need to reach 20 mastery to win. You also win mastery by claiming relics from husks. I will explain that in a second. But all you need to do to win the demo is claim a husk, gain the mastery for the husk, and defeat a couple units or even your opponent's leader, and then you should be fine. Okay? So this is the most complex card. Everything now should be fine. We are just missing spells. So I have 2 types of spells in the game. I have channels and swifts. So swifts are basically reactions, so I can play them at any point. So if my opponent is doing something like doing an attack, I can make the damage back to him and stuff like that. So this is a reaction. So you get to play it as many copies as you want, as many spells as you want, as long as you can pay the cost. Channels are really like super powerful spells, so I can play only 1 channel when it's the turn of one of my units. So for every unit that I play, I can play 1 channel, and this is not an action. It's free. Like you can just play the spell. All you need to do is to pay the cost of the card, okay? This is all you need to know really about cards. And this is going to be a quick match. So you have your leader right here in front of you. Okay. So I have that 2 husks here, one over here, one over here. And the idea is that if a unit finishes a round of the game, which is after everyone has activated everything, play with all of their units on the board. If I'm next to the husk here, I can claim a relic from one of the revealed relics or grab one from the top of the deck. These are kind of like objectives, but what they really do is they enhance your unit, so they get super powerful and you can use them to defeat your opponents, okay? If you claim a relic from a husk, you gain 10 mastery. So all you need to do to win the game is claim a husk, defeat a seeker or maybe a couple units, and then you'll go them, okay? So right now we have 2 husks set here. The seeker's already on the board, and we are then exactly. The miniatures match the cards. We have the standees as well, but if you decided to print, this is what you get.
Yeah.
And what we do now is, with the 7 cards in your hand, you will choose one card, you will beat that card face down. The player who beats the card with the highest cost wins the initiative. But that card is out of the game. You cannot play the card that you beat.
Oh.
So think carefully. But don't worry too much.
Okay, let's build cards.
7 and a 4. Okay, so you have the initiative. So in this case, you get to decide who deploys first. It's a good idea to ask your opponent to deploy first, because then you get to see what he's gonna do. And before you start deploying, I'm just gonna explain the terrain, because you may have some cool abilities. The terrain in our game, you can set it up in any way that you want. There are different terrain effects, and your terrain card controls all of your terrain. So the idea is that when you bring your terrains to the game, you just need to show your terrain card to the opponent and say, hey, this is what my terrain does, okay? So your terrain, units inside these graveyards cannot be seen by units outside, so cannot be targeted by ranged attacks, okay? And if you have a unit with an ability called Ambush, you can deploy it inside the graveyard instead of in your deploy zone, okay? And in this case, the Noxious Fresh Ground. Units touching the blood or entering the blood will take 2 points of damage. And you may ask, okay, why would I need or bring something like this? Why would I want this? It's because your deck has a lot of options like knockback, so you can knock your opponents into the stuff, okay? You have the initiative, so you get to deploy first. So just choose a couple units and items, and as long as you can pay the cost, you can bring them into the game, inside your deploy, or if they have ambush, inside the graveyard over here.
I do have ambush because of that. So this is the graveyard. So ambush can go in there. Is that one of these units here?
Yeah, you just need to pay the cost, and it's this one.
Is it?
What? So we have 3 echo left.
Where do I put this?
Yeah, you just place in front of you.
Okay.
Your opponents can see your cards, of course.
Where is it?
Just place this guy either in your deploy or anywhere inside the graveyard. Nice play. Okay. So you can keep some points to play spells.
Okay.
Or you can like play more stuff. If you're not playing anything else, you can just pass it him.
I'll pass there. Yeah.
And now we're good to go. We're moving on to the action phase of the game. This is when you choose a unit to activate and you exhaust the unit. You have to play your turn with your units, and then you have to pass to the other player so he can play your turn. So after he finishes a unit, it comes back to you, and so on, until everyone has played with all of your units. Okay? You have the initiative, so you decide who activates first.
Okay, I play first.
Okay, so you just choose a unit, exhaust it, and you gain 2 actions to perform with it.
Okay. So moving is the boost, and he gets +2, so you can move 8.
Perfect. You can also fly, so you can even go inside the blood without taking damage if you want. Okay, so you are already engaged, so you can even do an attack if you want.
Yep, I'll do that. I'll attack.
So that's a 7 against a 12. So it's a grace.
Okay, so that makes 8 points of damage. Wait.
Yeah, so it's 3 points of damage.
Oh, okay, I see.
Okay? So you take 3 points of damage on that unit.
Would you put counters on it?
Exactly. Perfect. So you spent both your actions. You can still play spells if you have amplified.
Nah, not going to.
Okay, so it's back to you now.
Okay. Is there any regeneration of echo or anything, or?
Every round is a game. So after everyone plays with everything, you will gain more echo and round.
I'm still at 3 right now.
Okay.
Unit.
It's one of the units you can only deploy. You either deploy phase, attack now you can place spells and stuff like that. You have to choose one of your units to activate, you exhaust it, and you can gain.
Is that out already?
Yeah, no, he's not out yet.
Oh, but he was already able to attack it?
Yeah, he.
Oh, okay.
And then attack. Okay, so you have two actions. You can like move twice, attack twice. It's up to you.
I mean, I'll attack back.
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
One low?
Yeah. So that's a 16 plus 4. So it's a 20. So that's a hit on this guy because he has a defense of 12. So you do 4 points of damage because you check here. R or 2. On a miss, you will do 2 damage. You still have 1 action left, so you can even attack again if you want.
Or I could just... Yeah, I'll attack again. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's a flat bluff. So in this case, you use 1 damage flat.
Okay.
Perfect. So back to you. We have this guy. Who? Are you doing anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Perfect. Back to you. You have the leader.
Just the leader, you said?
Yeah.
And he's still in here, though, right? Okay. So movement, he's got 5. The movement is 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct. Perfect. You'd even like be able to move twice if you want. Okay.
Right now? Okay.
Yeah. Because you spent 1 action to move.
Well, don't you want to attack these husks, then?
So at the end of the round, if you are nearby a husk, you can claim it. You don't need to attack it. Okay?
So just being near it is good.
It's good.
Then I guess...
As long as there are no enemies nearby.
Okay, then I'll stay there, I guess. Yeah. Unless I can attack him. Or...
At this distance, you can't. Okay?
No, I mean, I'm only using this guy.
Exactly. So you exhaust him. No one has any use left to activate, so we are moving on to the next round. So before we move on, we have to go to the victory phase to see if anyone won. So we have 2 relics to be claimed from husks. These 2 guys can claim. This one can't because he's in combat. Okay? So this guy can claim a relic. You have the initiative, so you decide first. You can pick any of these 2, or you can pick one from the top of the deck at random. It goes into this unit. Okay, perfect. So now I read here another one. We remove the husk. You gain 10 mastery. Okay. If you reach 20, you win the game.
Yep.
Okay, so you have these 2 actions on this guy.
Take the fang.
Awesome. Okay, so we remove the husk, and you gain 10 mastery as well.
Hero, right?
Yeah, perfect.
Just go under him.
Yeah, under him.
There.
Awesome. So now we refresh our units. Basically, you just turn the cards upwards again. And you draw 2 cards. We move on the round to echo to 2 because we are entering round 2. And you gain echo 2 times the number of the round. So you gain 4. 4, 6, 8, 10. That's how it goes. Perfect. So now you may want to bid for initiative or not if you want to steal the initiative. If you don't want, you can just pass. And then we move on. If you want to steal the initiative, you can bid again.
Oh, well, you throw cards away? No, I won't throw a card away. You can have it.
Okay. So you get to decide who deploys first. Right now, we move on to another interesting thing on the game, which is basically following reinforcement. So usually in these games, you can only deploy in your deploy area. In our game, you can deploy anywhere nearby your units as long as they are out of combat. This guy is in combat, this guy is not, this guy is in combat. So these 3 cannot call reinforcement, but these 3 can.
Let's do 3 echo. Then AR2.
Perfect. This guy?
Everything's a graveyard?
Hey, but you can deploy nearby. Okay, yes. Perfect.
I got a complete place to cut it today. He's already won it.
Okay, so awesome. We have all the units set for the next round. We have the initiative. You decide who activates first.
I'll activate first. And so I run a leader. It's so 8.
So 30 against. You want
5. It's a hit.
Okay. 7.
7 damage to your guy.
you still have left. You still have one action.
Yep. And I'll have him attack again. Finish him off.
Perfect. It's another hit. So he's dealing 7 damage again. You can play a spell to try to save him if you want. Maybe you have something. Not sure if it's worth it though. Up to you.
Squad. Yeah. The bottom.
Well, I have 2 echo, so you pay the 2 echo and then play it.
Yeah, exactly.
So
If you do this, you'd have to choose one of your other allies to be defeated. The piece will deal 5.
okay.
Okay, so what he's doing? He's playing a swift spell. So this spell, when his unit would be defeated, he takes the damage with the other unit instead. It's defeated, and so this guy is dying, and you are gaining 3 mastery on this.
And I heal 5.
But he's healing 5 on this guy. Okay.
Yeah.
It's called Price of Devotion.
So are you playing your spells? I'll pay 2. And choose a terrain piece, deal 2 damage to all the units on that terrain piece, and I'll choose the graveyard.
Perfect. So he's taking 2 points of damage, but your unit is also taking 2 points of damage.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, so I believe it's back to you now.
So it's my turn to do everything now with this. Okay, so we're still on range.
Choose one of your units.
I'll do 2 damage to the one close to me.
Perfect. Okay. So he's dealing 2 damage here.
Discard.
Discard power. Perfect.
Yeah. And then I'll attack.
That's a hit. It's 4 damage.
4. I can attack again.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I'll go again. Yep. 11.
So 15. I'm already here. Yeah, 4 damage again.
Yeah.
Great. So he's just about it.
Does that exhaust him?
Yeah, you exhaust him.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's back to you.
Right. And I'm gonna do it.
Couple. That's a hit. It's 4 points of damage. 3 from the damage on the unit, and you have an ability called Swarm. This grants you 1 extra damage if there are more than 1 ally nearby the same hand. Bookie. 3 damage to that guy. So he's 1 health left.
I mean, that's me.
Is that the MLB? This guy, okay. I'll move them, I guess, to 5. This is the edger. I go again, I guess, right?
Perfect. So you have an ability on your relic. You can take 3 points of damage to do an attack. If you hit that attack, you heal 5.
I will take 3, yeah.
So he's attacking the dog. It's a 9 plus 5, so it's a hit. He's dealing you 6 damage. Sorry.
And I hear 5.
Yeah, you heal 5.
You can't gain more health, can you?
None.
Yep.
If you hit, it's a free attack.
Okay.
Okay, so now back to you again. Sorry.
Okay, now can you do range attacks against someone? Do you have that? Then I'll just do a range attack because the bow lets me do that.
We can even attack this guy if you want. You can see him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then we'll do that. We'll attack him.
Perfect. So that's a hit.
That. And then
3 points of damage. that would kill these guys.
Ah, okay.
You win 7 mastery,
Okay, and that puts me at 20.
that puts you at 20. So you win because he doesn't have anything left to activate.
Okay. All right.
I like it.
Promise you, it was great, Mike. Yeah, that's the demo we set up.
This is awesome.
The base game is around 30 minutes or 40 minutes, depends on the deck, and has some on defensive decks that go longer. But yeah, this is the base experience, and you have like lots of different weapons to build your decks around.
Awesome.
There, you guys enjoyed. Keep fart.